Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a winter storm that could be moving throughout the northwest. We're also going to be looking at some pretty cool temperatures that could be impacting most of the west. And then we're going to be talking about a pattern change that could be incoming for parts of the northeast and the eastern United States, where we could switch into some of that cooler air. So let's get right into it. Here's the current satellite from the Weather Channel, and you see we just have some spotty snow showers over parts of Canada, but nothing really in the form of heavy snowfall yet. Here's the expected snowfall from the National Weather Service, and yeah, this was made by the National Weather Service, so this wasn't my map or anything. Made by the National Weather Service. Sometimes they like to actually underestimate what's gonna happen, but I'm thinking about 5 inches more than what they're saying in most of these spots, because they like to underestimate it a little bit for some of these winter storms. You see, in those purples, you're 48 to 72 inches, and then in those dark purples, you're 72 to 96 plus inches of snow. So part of those northern mountains in Montana. By the way, we are zoomed in on Montana right now. So this right here, this is all Montana. Down there, that's Wyoming, and then down to the southwest, that's Idaho. So you see very heavy snowfalls, a widespread 12 to 18 plus inches of snowfall, especially for northwestern Montana. Now here's the ECMWF, or the European model. It's forecasted radar. So this we're gonna look at. Focus your eyes on the northwest. Couldn't get a good zoomed in view of the northwest, so we'll have to go for the entire United States. Let's start off. This is 6 hours in the future. Now, as we keep on moving on, this is into Saturday, and then by Saturday midday, it's really organized, and you see those heavy bands of snowfall over parts of northern Montana, northern Idaho, and then all the way down through the Rocky Mountains, and then into even parts of the northern Sierra Mountains, getting some snowfall. Now, as we move on, one more frame. This is by Saturday night, really impacting most of that northwestern part of Montana with some heavy snowfall. And that means that temperatures are at or near or even below 32 degrees in some of those areas. So definitely well below average. Temperatures about 40 to 30 degrees below average in some of these areas. As we move on, we see that storm kind of advance to the north a little bit, and you kind of see this little kind of advances to the north, but then spills down further south into California and parts of the mountains in Nevada. Now, as we move on, it's still staying over that same area in Montana and Idaho, and this is still Sunday midday, so it's been here for about a day so far. It's still here by Monday morning, but it's starting to exit into parts of southern Canada, like Alberta, Saskatchewan. And as we move on and onto Monday morning, it should be pretty much out of Montana, just some spotty showers, and yeah. It's moving out by now, and here's the snowfall amounts from the European model. And so over here, anywhere in those pinks will go. In the purples, you're 6 to about 12 inches. Then from 12 to about 25 or 27 inches, that's your pinks. And once you start getting into those light pinks, that's when you're reaching that 2 feet mark. Then 27 inches to about 42 inches, you're seeing those blues. And then once you get into those darker blues, into those kind of pinks, you're getting into 42 to about 72 inches. So that's about 6 feet of snowfall if you're getting into 72. We're gonna see about 40 inches in some of these mountain tops. That would be around 3.5 feet. So definitely something noteworthy. This could be the most. This could be the first major winter storm since 1984, this early in the season, over these areas. So definitely something historic, even. Now, here we're gonna look at our low temperatures. So I really want to focus on not really the exact temperatures, but the kind of pattern that the European model is forecasting. So this would be your Saturday low temperatures. You see very cool temperatures. These are about 20 to 30, even some isolated spots 40 degrees below average. And you're seeing low temperatures in the 20s and 30s, and this is even for the lower elevations, seeing temperatures around 40 degrees for low temperatures, which is way below average. But then over in the east, you see those warmer conditions, except for right around New England, where you could be seeing a bit of a cool down, but that's just because you're further north. Now, as we go into Sunday morning is when you should be seeing these temperatures. See that cold air is kind of spilling a little bit further south, temperatures in the 20s and 30s widespread by now, and you're seeing this this high pressure. So originally, well, yes, the day before, the temperatures were so you can see the temperatures were high, higher further north. This high pressure on Saturday was over here. Now the high pressure is taking a backtrack and it moves further south, right over about Alabama and Mississippi. So that's why you're seeing those temperatures starting to go a bit further south. Now, as we move into Monday, you see the temperatures move a little bit like this. High pressure will overtake parts of the northwest, and that's why you're kind of getting these cooler temperatures. And that's mainly because of this cold front kind of thing that's over here. We have a low pressure, and then we have the warmer air to the south, and then the colder air to the north. Now, as we see that cold front move through parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, you see those warmer temperatures being pushed further east. Now, as we move into Wednesday, and this will be the second day of October, you see those warm temperatures really overtake parts of the east. Now, the colder temperatures starting to get suppressed farther south as this high pressure starts to break and kind of moves a bit further south while it breaks. Now, as we go into Friday, October 4th, it kind of stalls out over the same area, but colder air is starting to move a bit further south. Now, this would be by the 5th of October, Saturday, and yeah, you're seeing this is the final frame. You're seeing temperatures finally getting down near average in the 50s and 40s for most of these areas in the Northeast and over the Midwest. So we're finally out of that heat wave, at least by the 5th of October or sometime in early October. It doesn't exactly have to be the 5th. I was just looking that far out. That was about 9 days out. I was looking that far out mainly just to see a pattern change, and we did actually get one. The pattern looks to kind of go into its normal pattern where we see ridging out over parts of the west, and then we see kind of a trough in the east. So yeah, that was our forecast for the winter storm that's moving over parts of the northwest. I hope you did enjoy that video, guys. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.